Okay, welcome to our webinar today, Home Video Studio and Savers of the Family Archive. So today we're going to be talking about film and video and slides and audio, even video on your smartphone. So we're going to cover a lot of topics. Today is kind of like a glimpse. For some of you, it may be kind of an intro to this. And we probably, if this works well, we'll do a few other webinars and maybe more detail on different services that we offer. So you should see on your screen, archiving memories. We'll talk about film, home movies, the old reels of film, videotape, photos, slides, audios. We do have a bonus for you today. So this is quite the bonus today. I think you're going to like it. And then next steps. What would you do after the webinar? We will be taking calls and then, of course, tomorrow as well. So what would you do after today? A little background. Home Video Studio has been around a long time. We are just finishing up our 32nd year. So we'll have a little emblem that says 32 coming up in June. Our anniversary is, let me see, June 14th, which is also Flag Day, but that's the day, that's our official start day. I'm Robert Hanley. I'm the CEO and president and founder of Home Video Studio. I'm speaking to you from Indianapolis. We're nationwide. We're all over. I think we're in 49 of 50 states. So that's quite an accomplishment. Excuse me. Some cities we just have websites. Other cities we have physical locations. So I started out as a video producer, film producer, director, editor. That's me back in the mid 1980s. And on the right, that was taken at one of our brand new studio stores that opened up in October. This is one of our early studios. And as you'll find out today, we're a little bit different than other companies. In a way, we're like a mom and pop because we have usually one or two people running a studio. But in another way, we're a nationwide company and we're not a factory. So we're not like one of those giant companies that some teenager is going to be transferring your movies. The people that transfer your film, your video, your slides, your tapes, and your audio, this is their career and they use the best in technology. This is our current system that we put into studios. So it's state of the art. And what that means is this is good for you because we take that old technology, that old media, and we use our technology to preserve it for you and to make it look good and to make it so you can listen and watch at any time. So yeah, this is our store that just opened up in October, their grand opening. That's in Lowell, Arkansas. So we do put people into the video business. If you know anybody that is interested in a second or third career, let us know. We have a complete program on that. The people that transfer your tapes and your slides, they are highly trained. This is one of our owners from Ohio. So everybody works in a system pretty much similar to this. Once again, one of our newer systems. Everything is powered by DVA Deluxe, Digital Video Archive, and we've spent, Digital Video Archive has put in over $1 million into technology to not only archive your videos, but also transfer them and transform them. So it's not like VCRs that we bought at Walmart or off of eBay or something like that. This is a very sophisticated system for transferring your memories, archiving your film and your tapes and your audio and whatever. We'll talk about digital video archive today, DVA for short. Digital video archive is like Netflix for your personal video. So you can watch on all your devices. You can private share with friends and family. So Netflix is for Hollywood movies. Digital video archive is for your own home movies. One place for all of your videos. And you may have videotapes, you may have slides, you may have audio reels, you may have old film, you may have DVDs and CDs, because pretty much now those have gone away as well. So we still put video on DVDs for some clients, but most of our clients go to digital video archive. So whether you have film or slides or whatever, that's what the potential is. So let's kind of get into some of this. Well, this is 8mm and Super 8 film. So you can tell it's Super 8, by the way, just by looking at the reel, and you see the size of the inside hole is more like the size of a dime, and that is Super 8. If it was 8mm, it would be the size of like a number 2 pencil. Regardless, Super 8 and 8mm film are all the same price. We have a very, very sophisticated system for transferring film. Our system was, gosh, when we purchased it, $100,000. It's German technology. It's very, very good. More than that, the people that transfer your film, we call them film artisans, and that is their career. So they transfer film every day. It's not like if you were, sometimes people say, well, I want to shop local. I want to find somebody in my community. Well, that's fine. But on the other hand, they may not do it every day. They may not be highly trained, and most likely they don't use a $100,000 system. So we won't talk about price so much today because everything we do is custom, but we will talk about value. Okay. So we do transfer home movies. If you have home movies, you may know exactly what you have. Here's a little chart: 8mm Super 8, 8mm with sound, and then 16mm. It's whether it's 8mm or whether it's Super 8, it is all the same size or same price. Okay, 16mm cost a little more. There's another little diagram. This one tells you how much film you might have on a reel. I always say the small reels that are about the size of your hand, they are 50-foot reels. And then the biggest reel they made was about 7 inches in diameter. It's like the size of a salad plate, okay? And then in between, you have 300 and 200-foot reels. A lot of people have the 200-foot reels, actually. And you're going to want to call if you do have film. I can help you, or somebody here can help you over the phone to kind of talk about, well, how much film do you have, and what kind of shapes it in, and what do you want to do with it? And then moving up, throughout the years, film, the golden era for 8mm and then Super 8 film was the 40s through the 1970s. And then we get into, lo and behold, the 1980s, and we have videotape. So we transfer every format of videotape that does exist. What you probably have, if you do have tape, you probably have 8mm tapes or VHS tapes, okay? Now, you might have a couple other formats that you might have. You might have VHS-C, which are little tapes. They're about the same thickness as a VHS tape, and they actually go inside this little adapter. And so we transfer those as well. You don't have to give us the adapters. We have those. And then we also transfer what a lot of people call camcorder tapes, which are mini DV tapes, and they're about the size of a pack of matches, back in the old days now. So VHS, VHS-C, mini DV, and 8mm tapes. We transfer all of these, and they're all the same price, okay? And we will get into pricing when you call in, because that depends on your situation and how many tapes you have, and actually when you call in too. Now, if you do have photos, if you have negatives, I'd say that we're getting a ton of clients that have a ton of photos. And sometimes they have negatives. Most of the time, we don't end up transferring negatives, because if you have the old 1 hour photo packets with photos and negatives, well, if you have the photos, you don't have to transfer the negatives. And so I always say transfer those photos. It's much more economical, and we specialize in those. So slides and photos can be overwhelming, especially slides, because you really can't see what is on the slide. You really, you just don't know. And sometimes people have 1,000, 2,000 slides. You may have like 3 or 4 tubs of photos or boxes of photos, and they're all jumbled up, and they're in different parts of the house, and some are in the basement, some are in the attic. Well, it's a massive program to get all those together. Just a massive effort on your part to do that. So I think you're going to like the bonus we have for you today, because it's kind of like an incentive to get things going. But photos and negatives, we definitely specialize in. We make it easy for you, okay? Depending on your project. Okay, so if you have a videotape project, that will either come to Indianapolis or one of our physical locations somewhere. And if you have photos, if you have slides, they'll go to a producer, director, editor with us who specializes in that service. You know, you call in here, we take your order, and then you ship to the appropriate location. And sometimes that means because they're close to you, or it means because they specialize in that one item that you need. Once again, that's one of the differences between home video studio and other companies. The person that transfers your slides, they're a specialist in slide transfer. And I've just got one slide up here for I guess for just for the sake of having a picture, but slides can come in carousels. They can come in those little yellow or white boxes. It's hard to look at them and find out, well, what is that image? It's overwhelming. And you just won't do it. I always say that if you get your slides transferred, then you can look at them on your computer. There are many, many programs for sorting through slides and deleting the ones you don't want after we've transferred them, or organizing them. And so you have a lot of options then. But think of the alternative if you don't get your memories archived. People, there's so many natural disasters now, and you know what? You never know today what's going to happen. So slides, photos, definitely you want to get transferred. Moving on, audio. So not a lot of people have audio. Sometimes people think they have audio reels and are film reels, and they turn out to be audio reels. Sometimes people have audio cassettes, okay? We transfer all of those. And once again, the people that transfer our audio are top notch. They've been with us a long time. All audio is sent to Indianapolis, okay? And then smartphone video. Well, smartphone video, the good news is this is something you can do on your own, Okay. And we can discuss that if you need to, but it's probably possibly the most perishable media or memories that you have, because everybody, pretty much everybody, is snapping pictures and video with their smartphones and just not thinking about where it goes after that. And yes, a lot of times, like if you have an iPhone, it goes to possibly to the cloud. But a lot of those images stay on the device, and then you lose the device, or the device gets damaged, or the files become corrupt, and then you just don't have it. And the other thing I would want to point out to everybody watching this webinar is that it's also the fact that you're not enjoying these images if you don't get them transferred. I know my family, we shot a lot of video in the 80s and the 90s. And every time I got that camera out to take video of my kids or our trips, I always thought of a day in the future, a day like right now, where we would be sitting back and watching those old memories, and that, for us, that's happened. It's very easy for me. We're in the video business, but I think a lot of people think it's something. It's an important thing to do, but it's not the most urgent thing. So think of it like this: if you get your memories transferred, they're protected, they're archived, and now you can enjoy them. You can share them with other family members. That is the key. So smartphone video, by the way, you do not need us. You can go to digitalvideoarchive.com and upload your smartphone video. If you do want to come into one of our local studios, if we have one in your area, then they can help you with that as well. All right, let's talk about the media that we put these on. And it's true. Look at that. It says Las Vegas 2011. DVDs were around for nearly 20 years, okay? We started putting video on DVDs in the early 2000s. What you see on the screen is a platinum archival DVD, okay? Our DVDs are rated to last 100 years. So if we have done work for you, we do work for you, and you want us to put your video on a DVD, it's going to be around for 100 years. But we're going to talk about the problems with the DVDs in a few minutes. Flash drives, we rarely put video on flash drives. We don't suggest it. We will as a last resort if that's what our client wants. Sometimes there's good reasons to have video on a flash drive. But hard drives, flash drives, consumer DVDs, the hard drive in your computer, all your computers, these are not archival. So that data decays. And if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you bought one of these little things on Amazon.com to transfer your video or to transfer your slides or your photos, if it's on any media like that, it's not going to be around very long. It won't stand the test of time. And so a lot of people don't realize that as well. We use Digital Video Archive, one place for all of your videos. And sometime later this summer, one place for all your images as well. But Digital Video Archive is a separate company. Think of, as I said earlier, Digital Video Archive is like Netflix for your personal video. Watch on your phone, your tablet, your computer, your smart TV, private share with friends and family. Organize your videos. They're always with you, whether you're at your home or whether you take off and go to grandma's for the weekend, you're on vacation, wherever you have a device and an internet source, then you have your videos. And so that makes it really convenient. and everything is safely archived in the cloud. And sometimes that scares certain people. Oh, the cloud, I don't like that. Well, don't be scared of the cloud. It's your friend. But one place for all of your videos. And so whether it's your phone video, your tapes, your reels of film, your DVDs, your audio, one place for all your audio and your video. So it's actually both. And you can watch on your iPad, your tablet, your phone. I like watching on my smart TV. Okay. As we'll talk here a little bit later, you can watch on your Fire Stick. Everything is powered with Home Video Studio. Everything is powered by DVA Deluxe. Now, this is an encoding system. These things are not cheap. If you were to go to one of our competition, they're probably going to use a consumer consumer VHS player. They're probably going to use a consumer DVD burner. Okay. They are most certainly going to use consumer technology to encode your video. We use professional DVA, digital video archive, authoring, encoding, and it is the best available. And it's a great technology, but that's what powers everything. And of course, every home video studio is an authorized digital video archive representative. Now, if you have questions, you can type them in. You can also call in after the webinar if you want to. All right, let's talk about some of the benefits of DVA. Watch on all your devices, as I've already said, your computer, your tablet, your smartphone, your smart TV. This works on LG, Samsung. There are apps for those devices. Amazon Fire TV, there's an app on that. Those probably cover the majority of devices, smart devices, okay? Roku coming in July. And so, hey, you want to watch your videos, just download the app. Now, when you watch on your phone or your tablet or your iPad, then you're doing that through an app on a browser, and that's just fine. Access your videos anywhere in the United States and many other countries. So you can share with people in Australia, people in the UK, things like that. Not everybody needs to do that, but if you do, then that works. Then also private share with up to 50 people. And we'll talk about private sharing here in a few minutes as well. So in the old days, the process would have been, and the old days weren't that long ago. I mean, 6 years ago, we've been transferring with digital video archives since 2014. But I'd say 3 or 4 years ago was still DVDs were booming and people were coming in and getting DVDs. And so when they did that, they'd have to order copies for their kids or their families. With digital video archive, you don't need to order any copies because right from the convenience of your phone or your computer, you can share video with your friends and family, just at a moment's notice, at a whim. How do you do that? You need their first and last name and their email address, and you'll share video. And then you'll decide, well, which actually videos do I want to share with this person versus that person? So that's a huge benefit of digital video archive. And then you can upload your videos from your phone or your tablet or your computer. You can organize your DVAs into archives, and you can have an archive is basically a folder. So you can have an archive for sports or for holidays or vacations, or you can have archives for your kids, like Cindy Lou and John and William, whatever. You can add or change the display name that we give your video. So when these, I'm speaking of videotapes now, when these tapes come in, they usually have something written on them. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have like a customer has 20 or 30 tapes and they don't know what's on them. But if there is something written on that tape, we'll turn that into a display name. So when that comes up on your screen, like you're in your home theater and you're watching on the big screen, you see this video and you select it, you'll see a display name, you'll see a subtitle, you'll see a description, and you can go in and change those and add more. And for your tapes that were blank, then you can go in and you can watch that DVA and say, okay, know what this was now. This was our trip to the Grand Canyon in 1994, and you can put that in. You want to put in who was on that trip, you can do that as well. So you can add or change those. Now, every DVD we do, every DVA we do, and this is really important. I kind of skipped over this, but when we encode your video, it's not like we're making a straight transfer. When our system, Digital Video Archive DVA Deluxe, that's that incredible, powerful system that we use to encode your videos. When we do that, our system is smart, so it knows when the scene changed in your tapes, okay? And it makes chapter markers and thumbnail images. And so on a DVD, this is a custom menu that you have, okay? And on a DVA, Digital Video Archive in the cloud, then every DVA has what we call a timeline, okay, with chapter markers and descriptions, okay? So you can go from chapter to chapter to chapter to chapter, and you can do what we call DVA authoring. You can change the order of those chapters and the thumbnails for those, and you can add different descriptions and different titles. So you have a lot of power with that. There is an editor with Digital Video Archive. It's a simple editor that you can use. And it's just mainly for cutting things out or moving things around or linking different videos together. So you have a bunch of benefits with Digital Video Archive. And what I like is I use Fire Stick, okay? And in our house, we have like 3 of these, and we have one that we take on vacation with us, because obviously we can watch Netflix and Prime and things like that. But we can also download the Digital Video Archive app, and then no matter where we go, all of our video is with us, and it's easy to watch. So that's what I would recommend. Coming in July is Roku, and Roku is simply another smart TV device. It's come on very strong in the last couple years, so we want to be on Roku as well. Okay, so DVA membership, you do, well, I guess you might have a paid account, you might have a free account. So we can get 3 VHS tapes into a free account for Digital Video Archive. And this is good for somebody that just has their wedding and maybe their reception or something like this. Think of it like this. One tape is 2 hours long. So 3 tapes is 6 hours. So you can get up to about 6 hours in a free Digital Video Archive account. If you bring in a bunch of tapes, okay, like, well, more than 3. So if you bring in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I mean, we've had people with hundreds and hundreds of tapes. Then you got to pay $7.95 a month for your membership. This is like the new normal, okay? And everybody pays it. You just don't really think about it. So you're paying for archiving, okay, and preserving, okay? You're also, I guess you're paying for the right to have all these tools and this service. And then when you share video, you can share with up to 50 people. They don't pay anything, okay? So you share video with your kids or your best friend. They don't pay anything. They can log in anytime they want, 24/7, and watch the videos that you've shared with them. So it's really a very, very economical system. That runs about $95 a year. If my wife and I go out to dinner in Indianapolis on a weekend, we're going to spend way more than $95. So it's all about value versus price, I guess, and we'll talk about that today as well. For the people that have home movies, okay, home movies we can get a ton of those into a free account. So if you have the old film, then you don't usually pay anything for your digital video archive account. That's the cool thing. Now, what's the alternative for digital video archive account? Well, we are the only authorized company in the United States that can do anything with digital video archive. Everybody else is relegated to inferior methods. And so this is why people call us and say, hey, I want to put all my videos on a thumb drive or a flash drive. And they usually are saying this because they've seen it from some other company or somebody else has suggested that they do that. That's a bad idea. Okay. We will do that if that's what you really want. But let me tell you, your videos will be hard to share and they'll be hard to watch. Okay. And they won't be archival. Video or any data on a thumb drive or a flash drive can be gone when you just disconnect it from the device that you insert it on. Plus, most regular flash drives won't even go in a current computer. And speaking of that, DVDs will not go in computers anymore, nor will CDs. So these are not good alternatives for your media, not at all. And so if you know anybody that has video on DVDs, you want to get to them and you want to suggest that they call us and get that video taken off of those DVDs, because unless they were archival DVDs, the data on those DVDs will not be around. If you have video or audio on your computer hard drive or an external hard drive, you better have it backed up next, 3 ways to Sunday and have a plan for backing that up every 6 months or so, because hard drives decay, okay, and files become corrupt. So your old, if you have the old reels of film, they lasted 40 or 50, 60 years. If you had videotapes, they lasted about 20 to 20 years, and videotapes are on their last legs as well. If you have video on consumer DVDs or on flash drives or solid state media, it's not going to be around very long. So these are bad alternatives. Other things that we consider bad alternatives, a lot of people put their video in cloud storage like Google. A lot of these companies, and you may not know it, they co-own your data when you put them in. So you want to check the fine lines in their agreements. Also, you could put video or audio or your pictures into like Google Drive or something like that. But it's hard to watch. If you think you're going to archive your videos in Dropbox, that's hard to watch too. These are not good solutions. YouTube is a horrible solution for your memories, as well as Facebook. I would not want to depend on any of those companies. Try to call anybody at these companies and you won't get anybody. Try to call Home Video Studio. The CEO just may answer the phone. So it's a lot different. We are the leader in transfers and also in archiving. So these are not good alternatives. Okay, so price versus value. With Home Video Studio, you will pay more than you will from local sources or from national companies. We're usually on the higher end, okay? The way we look at this is a service you're going to buy only once. When you call in on it, you won't know necessarily the right questions to ask. If you call one of the national companies, you're going to get somebody who is, it's their turn to answer the phones that day. You're not going to be speaking to what I would consider like even a good concierge, somebody who would have your best interest at heart. When you call Home Video Studio, we take care of you. As I've said before, we are a premium provider of video and photo and slide and audio transfer center services. We do try to have occasionally some type of deal that you can do to mitigate the cost a little bit. And that, because that's important to everybody. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But once again, Digital Video Archive, one place for all of your video. Okay, so we promised you a bonus today. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching a recorded version of this webinar, we did promise you a maybe a token of our appreciation, and we love being generous. So we do have a special gift today, and we haven't done this before. This is something that is actually coming out in July. We're going to debut this in July, and it's kind of just a gift for a lot of our clients. And so your project that you do with us may or may not qualify for this free bonus. We hope it does. And what we do, it's a video book, and you can put this out at a holiday, at Christmas or Hanukkah or Thanksgiving. You could even do 4th of July or any holiday, a graduation, you could do a birthday. And so we'll put your memories into to this book, and you would wrap it up or just give it to somebody. They open it up, and their family videos, their memories, their video keepsake starts playing. So we're kind of excited about this, and it is it's something you should ask about when you call in. Ask about hey, I want to ask about that new video book that's coming out in July. Now, something you can take advantage of now, if you are prepared to get with us now through, I'd say, Saturday, okay? The sooner, the better. We've only got 5 spots open for this offer that's coming up, and it's a 30% discount, okay? So we're going to give you 30% discount on whatever you have, okay? And sometimes we may even have a bigger promotion running. So ask us about that for sometimes on slides, we'll have something a bit bigger. It doesn't hurt to ask. We also give a military discount, so veteran discount. We do that as well. But anyway, 5 spots open for this 30% discount. When you call in, just ask about that. And so what you want to do is you can text us and say, hey, I want one of those spots. Text to 463-710-2626. You definitely want to call 800-660-8273. And I will tell you, if you do call, if you call the texting number, you might get me. So that's a possibility. Or you can email to robert@homevideostudio.com. Now, and you can also send to info@homevideostudio.com, but we like to know that, we like people, our customers and potential customers, to know that we're all available here at Home Video Studio. I mean, we are a team, we're nationwide, we're local as well, but we're here for you, and we hope you get your questions answered, and you become our customers, and you enjoy the products and services that we have. So thank you for being on this webinar. Have a great day. And as we, and you can call in, by the way, it says hello. You can just call in and say hello. But have a great day. And as they say in our business, or we say, that's a wrap. That is a wrap for right now. Thank you.